Hi, this is Mauvu doing your feedback. If you have any questions, just ping me in your thread. Um, okay, I don't know if you're like certain it's on which chunk it is, but yeah, I was gonna mention you want to do a left to right scan and a right to left scan to like pinpoint which chunk the lapis is in. This just doesn't feel real at all. Maybe it's multiple spikes. Yeah, maybe there was like a dungeon or something that's higher. I feel like that wasn't handled too poorly or anything. Um, just one, just a little like thing you can do while running here. You can go into like backwards third person to look behind you because you're like looking at the ocean, right, to look for a possible enter. If you look behind you while still running this way, you can look at more ocean. Um, so like you're like trying to figure out where you want to put the TNT when you're at like right next to the trees. You kind of want to decide that as you're getting to the trees so you can just like put it down instantly. Um, so I don't know if you're going to make gold shovel. I wouldn't here because 11 iron with full iron tools is just the, the crafting speed. It's like so much nicer that on average it saves as much time as a gold shovel does. Um, but yeah, also for crafting, you just want to clear your hotbar of everything that you're not going to use for crafting. So like you don't need the salmon in the overworld, so you should take that off your hotbar. And then the gold, obviously I would just use the iron only, but if you're going to make a gold shovel, then fair enough. Um, yeah, so this is what I mean, right? You've got a load of, well, I'll just go back to where the TNT explodes to like point out everything. So one thing when the TNT explodes is you kind of want to like, you're in third person, which is good because you can see where all the items drop, and you should mainly be paying attention to where the wood and dirt is, like, and you should try and path in like kind of like a circle, but you only go like 3/4 of the way around a circle. So you grab the oak logs here, and then go here, and then any saplings you picked up that are in your hotbar, you throw them out before you start crafting, so you have more free slots in your hotbar. So like, yeah, so you would throw out or just place the sapling. Um, and I also throw out like small stacks of dirt because I'm not worried about keeping 9 dirt. You can also just like put it into your inventory, but yeah, either or works. And then you would have a lot more free slots in your hotbar, and the like hotbar sorting you have to do before leaving the island wouldn't be there. And that's like, even if you're really fast at it, it can take like 3/4 of a second. And then also, you got 3 trees in your TNT, so you had more than enough wood to skip breaking the crafting table there. It should be like a conscious thing that you're thinking about. Like, if I put the TNT here, I'm gonna have a lot of extra wood so I can skip mining my crafting table. Um, but craft the FNS. It's just less inputs, so it's more consistent generally. Like you don't have to aim at multiple different slots to get your iron into the crafting grid and then get the flint into the crafting grid. It's just you flick to the FNS in your recipe book and then you go to the like crafting thing to craft the FNS. This is such a weird. I don't really know what we're doing with this portal. There's a more standard will be 2x1 portal variation, but I'd recommend doing LeBron portal instead anyway, like single grab. If you want, I can like record something to show you how to do each of those, but like, yeah, the way you're doing it is like, it's obviously slow because you're like making it, it's like you're placing dirt where you want to put the obsidian to like block off the water, which is just not fast at all. Um, yeah, so I'd recommend like having your gold. I mean, yeah, you only have a gold pressure plate, but having the gold pressure plate where your crafting table is in your hotbar, so that if you spawn in like in a bastion, you have gold on your hotbar already to use as like distracting, like a throwable distract item or something. Um, yeah, just F3C on Elementa to like having that as muscle memory is pretty. It's just pretty good because you'll always do it, so you'll always have the home portal chords like copied down, and yeah, it's not gonna lose you any time F3Cing your home portal. It's kind of hard to tell with the bit rate, but I feel like going up was a bad decision terrain wise. Like you can boat jump across that little gap and just go over here, maybe with another boat jump over here, and then that just looks a lot faster. And yeah, I don't like this at all. Like going down, when we're gonna have to go back up, we could have just run along here and staircased over or something. Um, and then just a micro thing. You're like looking up to see how high you need to build up to. It's Y65 for the back of treasure. For the like lava mode part, it's Y59. Um, okay, crafting table. Oh, the stray blazes there. Um, you'd consider, yeah, you probably should have a lowered render distance there. Like, sure, you might spawn a pigman, but it's better than getting hit with a fireball, right? Because getting hit with a fireball, I mean, you have 8 salmon, so it's not the end of the run, but it's close to it. Because you'll lose like 7 hearts or something ridiculous. Um, so instead of throwing the gold, uh, I can't tell what you. Actually, I think you do right clicking. My bad. But yeah, right clicking the piglins there is a lot better than throwing gold. Um, and I'd recommend learning safe boomer for treasure. It's like, I mean, you take less damage, one, and then like the second thing is you don't get trades down the stairs, so you don't have to waste time going down those stairs to pick up any like pearls or obsidian or string that you might get there. So like it generally evens out to be the same speed, and then yeah, you're taking less damage. There's like little suboptimal mining order here. Um, if you want to optimize your like gold block mining order, I can send you something for it. It's not the most important thing, but yeah. So around this point in the bastion, you want to be you'd either be pyroing in any other bastion when you're mining the gold. In treasure, you'd want to switch back to mapless pie chart, which you're not doing, and also on a bastion, because like you want to start your dynamic render distance early, like in the bastion, to like maximize the amount of blazes spawned when you enter the fortress, if that makes sense. Um, so I don't like why are we keeping the blackstone bricks and the cobblestone? Like, what's the cobblestone gonna do in the run? We're gonna have like three of it. I don't get why we're keeping that. Blackstone bricks, you're gonna get nether brick from, I mean, one from the blaze TNT will probably do, and also from just nether brick trades from the uh the piglins, so you'll be able to use those as blast resistant blocks, and then also the flint and steel. You're gonna get fire charges from trades, so you can just throw this out as well and use those instead. And I like to check trades here. Well, not yet. Literally just check trades to try and get some pearls so that you can pearl hang towards the fortress and hopefully get some string so you can pre-craft a bed. You don't need to make a bed here because you've got 3 extra TNT, so not a big deal. Um, and yeah, when you're doing safe boomer and normal boomer really, you would block this off as you come down over here, and then you would block off the other side in safe boomer already. Then just like normal variation, you would block this off when you go to the other chest. And yeah, you block off this staircase as well. You don't need to kill this guy. Like 7 salmon is a hell of a lot of food. Um, this is overkill. Like it's gonna be like the only way you go through this amount of food is if you make some like serious mistakes. That's rough. Um, yeah, RSG you probably don't want to front load the backups. So yeah, in ranked obviously you would front load these backups, but RSG you kind of just play for some high roll. Um, I think you want to focus more on like sorting your hotbar, like or like having a set hotbar for the bastion leave. Like you'll see most people will run soul sand gravel, pearls, their tools, and then some combination of like a bed TNT or like nether brick or their boat or their lava bucket or obsidian or something. So just like a small thing here, instead of like going over to the spawner, you get in the spawner's like range to start spawning blazes if you start going up there. Although I think you might have already been inside of its spawning radius. Yeah. Um. Okay. Yeah, you definitely will. So I don't know if you were going to go to a second spawner here, but also you can just block off or place 3 gravel along the bottom step, and then the wither or whatever's chasing you will not be able to get up. we've got 3 TNT. Yeah, this is just situational, where like either you pre-craft the bed in the bastion so that you're not making your bed while the spawner is going down and potentially losing a blaze bedded spawn cycle. Um, or you craft the bed in the bastion, or you play for triple TNT, which is just better than a blaze bed anyway. Yeah, this is just way too tunnel visioned on blaze bedding. When we have 3 TNT, like, you just need to be more aware of that. And then also, um, building out the platform is good, but you need to punch out pretty much all the fire first. Like, over no, like 65% of the spawning spaces are just blocked by fire. This is just really bad. Um, it's fine to bridge out 3 to get your like self out of the spawning range, but you don't need to build the back platform out 3 because the blazes never spawn that far. Yeah, you waited way too long to punch out this fire. Like, you could have lost like 3 blazes to that. And if you're not killing those blazes, you should go to 2RD to stop them shooting fireballs at you, because they could light the spawning area on fire, and then you'll get more blocked blaze spawns. Um, I'd recommend using hitboxes for killing blazes. It's just like more easier to aim at a hitbox you can see, you know. Yeah, like, you got the spawn off before those blaze fireballs landed, but those could have blocked like 2 or 3 of those blazes. Um, and then with your flint and steel, you'll see most people have it in the top left of their inventory, or well, fire charges at this point, because you don't want to have both in your inventory. You just have the fire charges. Um, and then, so when you open your inventory, if they're in the top left, your cursor will be right on top of them, so you can just inventory key and then press a hotkey to put wherever you want the flint and steel or the fire charges into your hotbar, and then close your inventory. And then, yeah, it's just like, instead of just having them in a random slot in your inventory and having to like look for them every time. Um, you should craft your Eyes of Ender in the Nether pretty much all the time, so you can um, overlap the eye craft with the blaze spawner uh, ticking for its next cycle. I don't know if you've tried, but retimeless bow tie measuring could be something to work on. And then, if you're going to throw 2 eyes, this is not the way you want to do it. Like, you want to throw your eye, see if you want to throw a second one, and just move to the left or right, and then throw the next one, and then you go pick up your eyes afterwards. It's just I could like explain the reason behind why all the pathing is faster, but it just is faster to do it like that instead of like basically running twice as far away from your portal, so you'll have to run far back. And instead of like running in like a circle kind of, or like, yeah. Yeah, look at this food. We've got 4 pork chops, 5 cooked salmon. Um, if you crouch and throw the fire res at your feet, you consistently get like 2 minutes 54 seconds of fire res. Which is just, instead of like throwing it at the wall, it's like an inconsistent amount of time. What the hell is that terrain? Yeah, I'd recommend just playing with hitboxes on a lot more. Like, you don't want to be pearling and there be a pigman like where you're pearling that you didn't see because the hitboxes were off. Okay, we pulled way too far there. Um, I mean, yeah, just like try and get a feeling of how far like 30 blocks is, for example, 'cause it felt like you pulled like 50, 60 blocks there, probably like 50, and it was only like 25 blocks. Um, and then I'd practice using offhand obsidian to build the second portal in the wall. It's just like saves close to like 2, 3 seconds really. More like 2 seconds if you're fast at each type of portal. Um, and then a couple things here. You want to you want to do melee preemptive. It's just more consistent at getting the same pure spikes every time. And then also you want to start the preemptive scan the moment you unpause to avoid entities spawning in and potentially hiding a pure spike. If you don't know what a pure spike is, it's basically the portal room spike with 0 entities. The reason why you want to get that is because it's really obvious compared to the portal room where there's an entity in front or behind it. That looks like it's too large a spike. Don't really know though. That looks like it might have been good. I think it's probably like bottom right, but it's always hard to properly feedback nav because I don't know like your numbers and everything. I would say that that spike looked really fake. Like that looks nothing like a platoon spike I've ever seen. Really, like the only reason you should trust a fake spike or like an obviously fake spike is if you have no other spikes, and that's because if you've got no other spikes, then the portal room might be like being hidden by that fake spike. But yeah, it feels like you're backtracking quite a lot. Oh, we went bottom right at the start. Yeah, this is weird now. Oh, it's probably, yeah, bottom left and then it's like wraps around. No, this is like super weird now. Unless we didn't hit starter or something, but seems unlikely. Okay. Um, so overall, in like some of the main takeaways from this run, I'd say learning a better 2x1 one deep portal, so it would save a lot of time here. And it's you're going to be doing that portal quite a lot anyway, so I'd really recommend trying to get a better variation than this because this is just not good at all, really. Um, and then as far as like terrain navigation, like trying to go in a straight line where you don't have to change your Y level as much as possible is like ideal because like you go up and then you fall down and then you go back up to get into the bastion. Like, but if you'd just gone in a straight line and then bridged over into the bastion, you likely would have saved maybe like 20 seconds with what you do here. Um, Bastion was decent. Um, yeah, unlucky on the power trades, but it is what it is. Um, yeah, I'd say being aware of the resources you have, like not killing that hoglin because you know you had a lot of food, and then not blaze bedding because you had 3 TNT. Those are just some like things to point out. And maybe like having your hotbar set up in the way you want it on the bastion. The like magma cream, why is that on your hotbar? And then I notice shortly after you land, like you start trying to like gravel soul sand pillar up, and you don't have the soul sand in the 9 slot, which is where I'm assuming it should be. So yeah, sorting that out before you leave the bastion. And then like as far as the actual blaze fight, like punching out fire is extremely important, unless it's soul fire, because soul fire doesn't block blaze spawns because it's not bright enough. Lowering render distance to stop ghasts and other blazes shooting at you, because getting fire in your blaze spawn, again, it's really bad. It blocks like several, like any block that's within 3 blocks of this fire can't be spawned. Like can't have a blaze spawn there. So like one fire here blocks like 65% of the spawner. Yeah, the eye measuring, instead of like picking up the first eye before throwing the second one, you just throw eye 1, and then if you need to throw a second one, you just go to the right or left and throw the next one, instead of like doing this. And then like, yeah, this is just like, again, like lack of awareness, I guess is the best way to put it. The travel to strongholds, that's just that one part where you pulled too far. I guess just like pay more attention to actually how far the stronghold is, and not just the direction of it. That's given from the Ninja Brain bot, like F3C update command, because this is, you're purling like 40, no, like, yeah, like 50 blocks there. And then the nav, it's hard to tell what went wrong here, because I don't do just like old preemptive. I do melee preemptive now, and I've lost quite a bit of practice with this, but doing melee preemptive is just more consistent, or hitbox preemptive. If you want the guide for that, I can link you the video. Yeah, it felt like you like hard committed to one direction, or the first direction you went. Maybe a little bit too much. It was hard to tell. You definitely got some spikes. Don't really know if they were real, but I don't know your hardware, so yeah, maybe you just got like baited by some fake spikes. Yeah, I'd say the main way you improve at nav is just a ton of practice, because then you encounter as many like weird situations as possible, and then as long as you figure out how you deal with them when you encounter them in practice, hopefully you'll be able to like put those like the way you deal with it, you'll be able to do that whenever that situation comes up again. Yeah, I think that's everything. If you have any questions about what I said, I feel like I didn't properly articulate some of the stuff I was saying. So yeah, if you do have any questions about what I was trying to explain, just ping me in your thread, and I'll try answer best I can.